You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Lucerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Degnan. A man was arrested by law enforcement who seized over 2,000 bags of fentanyl as well as other drugs during a bust in Lucerne County. In early June, members of the Pennsylvania State Police and the Northeast Strike Force Unit began surveilling a room at the Microtel in Plains Township. During their surveillance, officers observed Benjamin Dent engaging in hand-to-hand transactions. State police conducted traffic stops on the individuals departing from those transactions and were able to seize quantities of meth, heroin, and fentanyl. When Dent exited the hotel, officers took him into custody and located over $1,800 in cash, 2 Apple cell phones, and a Wyndham Hotel key card on his person. And with the cooperation of hotel management, Dent's room was searched. Inside, they discovered 2 children in the room and seized about 2 ounces of meth, over 2,000 bags of heroin fentanyl, 32 grams of crack cocaine, 26 pills identified as naloxone, over $7,900 in cash, $6,000 in Western Union cashier's checks, and a black digital scale. Dent was charged with 4 counts of manufacture, delivery, or possession with intent to manufacture or deliver controlled substances, 1 count of use possession of drug paraphernalia, and 3 counts of endangering the welfare of children. He's being held in Lucerne County Prison on $250,000 unsecured bail. United States Postal Service mailboxes are always being targeted, and you're being urged to monitor your banking accounts if you regularly use drop-off boxes. This time, a Hanover Township woman says she noticed startling bank account issues after some routine mailing. For several weeks now, thieves have been breaking into mailboxes around the area and in search of checks to cash. Investigators say the culprits have the ability to change payees and check amounts and then drain your bank account. They suggest you not use a mailbox after pickup hours because your overnight items will sit there. When Drug Task Force detectives nabbed an alleged fentanyl dealer in one part of Lackawanna County last Friday, they say they found numerous plastic bags of a white powder substance and blue pills where he was hiding behind a dumpster. Now investigators say when they searched the vehicle, they found nearly a pound of fentanyl. Kevin Naismith of Kingston now faces additional drug charges and a gun charge. The 42-year-old remains behind bars in the Lackawanna County Correctional Facility with a preliminary hearing set for later this month. According to police, a woman who committed $1,200 in retail theft at JCPenney's is now banned from the Wyoming Valley Mall. 54-year-old Tracy Ann Simonson is now banned by a Lucerne County judge from entering and shopping at JCPenney for 2 years. Simonson was caught leaving JCPenney's with $1,200 worth of merchandise and later arrested. According to investigators, once she was arrested, officers found items stolen from Hollister, American Eagle, Aeropostale, Victoria's Secret, and Spencer's Gift. Simonson was sentenced to 18 months probation of retail theft and property stolen back in July. The judge then ordered her to not enter JCPenney for 2 years as part of her sentence. A man was arrested last week by Wilkes-Barre City Police after he allegedly stole $5,000 worth of cigarettes. In the early morning hours of September 8th, police responded to the Citgo gas station on Pennsylvania Avenue to an active burglar alarm. Upon arriving, officers found that approximately 51 cartons of cigarettes with a value of around $5,000 had been stolen. Later that morning, officers stopped Harry Gordon, who was found to be in possession of several cartons of cigarettes and other merchandise stolen during the Citgo burglary. He was taken into custody and taken to police headquarters to be interviewed by detectives. He was charged with burglary and other related offenses. He was arraigned and incarcerated pending further court action in the Lucerne County Court of Common Pleas. Thomas's Family Market in Shikshini will be closing by early October, leaving locals without a supermarket to shop within miles. The manager explaining that after months of attempting to find a new buyer for the mall property or a replacement market, nothing has panned out. The grocery store now employs about 30 people who will now be out of work once the store closes for good. Due to the small size of Thomas, it is unable to compete for discount bulk prices from suppliers that bigger supermarket chains can get. Since the supermarket first opened in the Five Mountain Mall in October of 2012, business has been steadily declining in recent years. The closure date set for October 1st, but is expected to remain open until all the inventory is gone. Kiosks will be replacing close to 80 parking meters along part of Broad Street in downtown Hazelton. According to the city's public transit director, Ralph Sharp, the kiosks should be operational by the end of the month. Crews from Butts Ticket Systems are working to install the 8 kiosks that will replace meters on both sides of Broad Street between Cedar and Church. The solar-powered kiosks were manufactured by the Flowbird Group, which produced kiosks that have been installed in Jim Thorpe, Scranton, and Williamsport, and were purchased by the city for just over $64,000. The updated equipment will replace parking meters that date back to 2004 and should give motorists a more convenient way to pay to park. Those who use the kiosks can enter their license plate number and the amount of time that they would like to pay for parking. Parking costs 50 cents for every 30 minutes, as well as a nominal fee levered by Park Mobile. The kiosks will accept coins, debit or credit cards, and motorists can return to pay and add more money time at any point. Payment can also be made by using the Park Mobile app. Customers can also enter their phone number on the kiosk to receive a reminder when 10 minutes remain in their session, where they can also choose to extend the session. Following recent CDC and FDA guidance, Geisinger is now offering single booster doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 bivalent booster vaccine for people aged 12 and older. The updated vaccine booster dose includes an mRNA component of the original strain to provide an immune response to protect against COVID-19 and the newer Omicron variants. Those eligible for a booster shot can make an appointment at a Geisinger pharmacy location via My Geisinger, the MyChart mobile app, or by calling 570-284-3657. Remember to bring your COVID-19 vaccine card or proof of having received the vaccine to your appointment. Despite those days of heavy rain, 36 counties in the state remain under a drought watch. Residents of those counties are being asked to continue voluntary water conservation. Counties in our area among those include Bradford, Carbon, Columbia, Lackawanna, Lucerne, Monroe, Pike, Schuylkill, Susquehanna, Wayne, and Wyoming. When Lucerne County Council met last evening, they voted to confirm the new head of the Operational Services Division. Greg Kurtz had been nominated for the position by County Manager Randy Robertson. The Butler Township resident will now fill the spot that's been vacant since January, when then Division Head Edmund O'Neill resigned. Among the areas he will oversee are roads and bridges, 911, and planning and zoning. Kurtz has most recently served as Director of Operations at Can Do Incorporated in the greater Hazelton area. Coming up on WYLN News, schools get the chance to obtain grants to encourage local, fresh, healthy foods, plus grants for volunteer fire departments in the state. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Jason and I'm 10 years old. Hello, my name's Alexis and I'm 10 years old. And it's super sunny!
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Penn State Hazelton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Hi, I'm Marty Burns. Join myself and head football coach at Hazleton area, Dennis Bookman, for Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football. We'll go over the past week's game with highlights, look ahead to a future opponent, and have a special guest from the Cougar football program, just like senior quarterback Tyler Wolf. Tyler, what do you have to say to send us out?
Go Cougars.
Sports Talk every week here on WYLN, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazelton.
Pennsylvania Agricultural Secretary Russell Redding invited schools and childhood education centers to apply for $500,000 in Pennsylvania Farm Bill farm-to-school grants. Up to $15,000 per school is available for projects aimed at improving access to healthy, local foods and increasing hands-on learning experiences for children in pre-kindergarten through 8th grade. The Pennsylvania Farm to Bill Farm to School Grant Program enriches the connections between families and local producers of fresh and healthy food by changing food purchasing habits in school. The program increases access to markets for local farms and exposes children early to agriculture careers, and healthy food choices. Any school district, school, charter school, private school, or center with pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, elementary, or middle school classes through 8th grade that participate in Federal Child Nutrition Program is eligible to apply. Grant applications must be submitted online through the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development electronic single application. Applications are due by 5 p.m. October 14th. The Wolf administration announced grants to volunteer fire departments in the state, and some in our area will receive them. They include Kunkel Fire Company, Nuremberg West Volunteer Fire Company, Pittston Township Volunteer Fire Department, Sugarloaf Fire Company, and West Hazelton Fire, Hose, Hook, and Ladder Company, number 1. The funding is used to help the departments in rural areas increase protection from wildfires. It may be used for training or equipment. Coming up on Quake's News Choice, we discuss the Hazelton Public Library on this Community and You, plus Leading the Way with Lisa Marie Halecki, Part 3. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on WYLN TV.
Burger's Family Farm, roadside market located in Drums, is a growing family farm since 1889. If you're looking for good health, look no further than the Burger Family Farm. You'll find a variety of fresh-picked daily from the fields, seasonal vegetables and fruits, as well as fresh-cut flower arrangements. Pick fresh daily corn, peppers, tomatoes, potatoes, and so much more. Beginning in October, you can take a hayride through the pumpkin patch and pick your own pumpkin. Decorative gourds, haystacks, corn stalks, and Indian corn for your home. Burger's Family Market is home to Preservers of the Past, weekend in September, showcasing antique farm equipment, lifestyles of yesteryear, and more. Visit Burger Family Farm on Facebook for more information. Fresh from the Farm is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton. Your health deserves a partner.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazelton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. It's high school football time. Watch WYLN for all the local high school football action as we bring you the event, not just the highlights, like only WYLN can. Watch the game of the week right here on WYLN. We're your local network. For the best in local sports, watch WYLN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights.
Welcome to Community and You, and we are talking with Michelle Cushmeter. She is the Executive Director of the Hazelton Public Library. Michelle, a lot of folks haven't been to a library in a long time. What does the Hazelton Public Library have?
We have a little bit of everything. We have books, of course, but then for the digital savvy, we have e-books, we have e-magazines, we have DVDs in our library, we have games for the kids to play, not to borrow, but they can come in and just play chess in the library. So it's a changed atmosphere maybe from the old time when it's, oh, they just have books.
And when they're in the library and they have all these different things, are there specific times or what are the library hours?
Well, our library in Hazelton is open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 8, Friday from 9 to 5, and Saturday from 9 to 4. Our branches have a little bit less hour. We have 4 branches, Cunningham, Freeland, McAdoo, and Nuremberg, and they have slightly less hours than we do. And the library is open. People could just come in and browse. They could read the newspaper, magazines, look for books.
There's also computers in there now, right?
We do. All of our libraries have computers. We also have a really cool thing. We do mobile printing at the main library. So you can take your phone, send something to the library and pick it up there, or your home computer.
Is there a cost for that?
There is. It's 10 cents a page to print.
Oh, okay. Well, still, that's...
Still, the convenience of it and the ability to just send it. I got to print out these pay stubs. There they go. And pick them up, when the library's open.
When you meet people and you say, I'm the executive director of the Hazleton Public Library, what kind of questions do you get?
Sometimes you get how many books do you have in the library? What do you have going on? What kind of events are going? And sometimes you get I haven't been to the library in a long time. You get that question too, that statement.
And there's no microfiche left, is there?
We do still have some, yes.
Do you
we
really?
have a computer that does it. We do have people come in, a lot of genealogy people.
That's what I was going to ask
and they'll look at the census, they'll look at old city directories we have in paper form, but they will come in and do a lot of local history questions.
So it's not just the reading of the books and the magazines and everything. There's a lot of other things. Do library cards still exist?
Library cards are still a thing. They have a little barcode on the back now because we're electronic, so they have a barcode on the back. Cards are used to borrow materials. Anybody could come in and browse the library, read. We don't just card you at the door or anything like that. But it would be used to borrow materials. Library cards are good for 3 years. If you are a resident of the school district, a card is free. You just have to show ID and apply for a card.
Well, I'm glad that you stopped by because there's a whole new group of people out there who are saying, library?
Library.
Look, there's a great lady in there. Maybe we should go in and meet her.
I think they should. We have a fantastic staff that's so helpful to people.
Where are you in Hazelton?
We are on Church Street, right across from City Hall. And there's some parking on the street and a few spots behind the library. And, we're open and ready to help.
All right. Michelle Cushmeter, the Executive Director of the Hazleton Public Library. Time to go and check out something. A lot of things. And check us out again on Community and You.
Memberships are available at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The new upgrades will leave you with a distinctive and unique experience unlike any other venue in Northeast PA. Call Frank Gradis 570-233-5328. Email vccpro@thevalleycountryclub.com.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazelton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazelton.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Lisa Marie Halecki is leading the way into part 3 of this week's series. Welcome to Leading the Way. This week we are very pleased to be spending it with Lisa Marie Halecki, and she is the what is it?
You got it. Community Engagement Manager.
I almost had it. Community Engagement Manager with Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton. You know I'm teasing you with all this. Because again, when you're growing up and things have changed so much, you raise children, you've been involved in the community. So now here's a title, Community Engagement Manager. Did you ever think that something like that would be linked to Lisa Marie Halecki?
Actually, I did.
Okay.
I did, because I always aspired to do better, open more doors, challenges. I love a good challenge. I love going outside the box. I love thinking of new and innovative ways to reach people, engage with people. So having this opportunity was just something else that, yeah, I got this, it's great.
And did a lot of that come because you mentioned that you did work for a long time with the elderly in Alzheimer's? And that must be a very difficult challenge.
Well, it's not so much that I dealt with the residents themselves. It was their families.
Right.
And it was working with the families and listening to them and understanding the anxiety they had in having to place their loved one and understanding what their loved one was going through. And a lot of them were in denial. So I needed to educate them, get them to understand, make them, feel comfortable with that huge decision that they were going to make. And I can tell you 100% that every one of them came to me and were so grateful that they did what they did and appreciated us helping them, guide them along that way, because they knew it was the best for them, but they just couldn't get themselves to get there.
And this was also at a time where now there are a lot of different modalities, there's a lot of different avenues that people can travel. So back then it was really almost uncharted course.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the marketing aspect of it. I love creating the ads and creating events and engaging with people once again, and working with you as the media to get the word out about all the wonderful things that we can provide to people.
And again, I think it's very important because you came from a family, you raised a family, and now here you are taking care of basically the next generation. And you can't do something like that without that kind of experience.
Absolutely.
Well, when we come back tomorrow, we're going to get Lisa Marie to where she is today and get all the details on that on Leading the Way. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.